You're listening to Special K. I hope that Puja now knows where we are right now. So we're just waiting for Puja to come. So while she comes, hey Puja, okay, she's here already. Super nice. Thank you all so much for joining.
But here it is. I can't explain it. We need to do a lot of tests.
Hey, we're just waiting.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. So we were waiting for you here, and while we were waiting, we were all
I went off
dancing.
to Kartika doctor. Sorry about that. Yeah.
I'm so okay. So okay, since we are here, I think let's just get the energy a little bit high. We were all dancing without you, so we're gonna dance a little bit with you. Would that be okay?
Of course, absolutely.
Okay, then this is my favorite song. I hope that you like it too. And let's just do about a minute or so and just get everybody on the board, okay? All right. All of you at home, I hope you're dancing too.
Everybody, move it.
And we're gonna say ho to love together.
Okay, anyway, it's over. Finish already now. Remove the remote.
Okay, thank you so much for doing that. Wow, super. Right. This is the laughing dance story, and we are here with Puja Puneet, India's leading life coach. Thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me. I've seen you've had some amazing guests on the show, so it's such a pleasure to be here. So many of my students have been on your show, and that's so beautiful.
Yes, thank you, thank you. It's been, I think it's been a blessing in disguise, I guess, this lockdown. So I've been just making most out of it, I think.
So proud of
thank
you.
so
So
much.
proud of you for doing this.
I want to first start off with my gratitude to you. Thank you for bringing me until here, at least. Whatever that progress that I've had up to here, I owe a huge chunk of my gratitude to you. Just seeing you in life, in flesh, doing what you're doing, was like reality coming to life for me. So I thank you for doing that thing that you did, and giving so many women like me and everyone hope that if you just put your heart and soul and continue working on your dreams, anything and everything is achievable. So thank you so much for that.
I take all of that very humbly, and it's such a pleasure to have people like you becoming successful and becoming role models to other women. I need a whole tribe of people like you, so thank you for being right in the top of that tribe.
Thank you so much. So, let's start off with your book, Unlocking the Golden Key, right? So, before to that, why don't you give a little bit of introduction about you to those who don't know, and since this is going to be recorded as a podcast, let them also know who you are and how you're serving the world the way you are.
Hey,
Sure, absolutely. So I think I am more student than teacher. Teacher I have become by chance or by default. When I was leaving for Cardiff Law School in 1998, and suddenly a great proposal came, and my parents decided to get me married at the age of 18. and 18 to 23, I got completely lost. Like a lot of women do, I didn't have education. I'm trying to please my in-laws. I'm trying to please everyone in my in-laws' family, but that's not working. And I don't
Do. Oh, did you touch that? Did you touch that?
know. They are mangoes. I'm orange. They want me to turn
I'm
into
recording
mango. I
something
want
for
them to turn into
practicality.
orange. So value systems clash
Not
are
touch it,
happening,
okay?
and I can see disappointment in their eyes. And I'm not used to seeing
The
disappointment
thing
because
called
I'm topper
screen
in
recorder.
school and I'm brilliant in my own house. And so I think somewhere along the way, a lot of
I
us
took out the
women
photos.
just
I
lose
uploaded the
ourselves.
photos into the drive.
And I think the journey from 23 onwards has just been about rediscovering who the real Puja is. And honestly, self help has helped me so much. I didn't even know all of this material existed. I just joined an MLM company called Amway, and they started to send me these books. And I started to read these books, and I was like, why haven't I ever heard of all of this before? And one
Okay.
book after the other, I saw my life improving, my life improving. Then I got
I
to
think
know
they
that
didn't
this
know
work
what
is
changed.
also available in seminars. So I started to
Ah,
fly out and attend seminars, and I saw my life changing. I saw my husband's life changing, and I was like, oh my God. And I remember making a promise to myself, day two, we're doing passion and purpose in Jack Canfield's room. And I made a promise to myself that if God really this work works and I actually become a happy person, I am going to dedicate the rest of my life in making other people happy. I know how badly I needed this information. So truly, that's been my journey. And once I became successful, I have just been helping others. Now I know the formula, the work works. It has nothing to do with me. So, I think I'm going to be a lifelong learner. I just want to learn, and continuously learn, just like you. I mean, I know you too, like me, are lifelong. Is it,
yeah.
you are also a
This
lifelong
Puja
learner.
Puneet, remember we
You
went
know,
for
I
the
think that's what
talk
keeps us going,
Chennai
keeps us
போய்
alive, and keeps
goddess
us,
something.
feeling that our purpose, right? Like you feel like something is not right if you don't learn something. So, yeah.
Yeah.
and
Absolutely. And at least all that blaming, complaining stops, and you realize no, everyone is doing the best that they can for you. And all of that gets settled. Otherwise, you start to carry anger, hurt, bitterness, and it doesn't take you anywhere in life.
like yeah, very very true when you say that. So that long journey of actually searching for yourself. So before a hero emerges, they say that first you have to like become disillusioned with your very reality. You start asking that who am I and what is my purpose question. So and then you meet the right mentors when the right time comes. You know, that hero journey absolutely came together for you is something which is very evidently seen. So then what happened? Did you decide to write a book? How was your journey? What did you start to do first?
So actually, in 2006, I went up to my husband finally. In 2005, actually, and I told him, I said, "Look, I don't think I can stay here. I think you're a lovely man. You deserve better. I'm so ambitious. I want to go do something for myself. I want to find myself because even though I had everything, every night I was sleeping not happy. I'm crying myself to sleep, not knowing what I was meant for. So I think at that point he was very encouraging and he said, well, how are you going to afford yourself? And I said, I don't know. He said, you stay a year, use all my resources, become financially independent, then go. I was like, what a man. So it was
Very
really
well.
nice. So I said, okay, this deal I'll take on. And I said, I don't understand anything but little children, so I'll start my own preschool. So I did a Montessori course and went into bank loan, started my own preschool. In 6 months, we had 100 students. And it did
Wow.
so well that I created my own identity, something that I didn't want to be Mrs. Puja Gupta. I wanted to be Puja, like me, me the Puja. So that happened for me. Financial freedom, something that, I want every woman to have. I don't want them to be at the mercy of the man and then the man controlling you. Even if your man is nice, when you take a lift on someone else's car, be assured that he's going to take you where he wants to take you. It's not going to go your route, right? So I got financial freedom, I got my identity, and a lot of respect in this work. So, becoming a principal of a preschool has so much respect. So, when those elements fell together correctly, I realized I'd been blaming and complaining about the wrong things. I'm looking at my parents and blaming, I'm looking at my husband, I'm looking at my in laws. All the while, I had all the power, but I had just killed my own power. So once everything came together, I was like, oh, this is the formula. I mean, if every woman finds her identity, gets financially free, she will start to enjoy a different kind of respect that she's always deserved, and her relationship will become better. As a mother, she becomes better. When a woman is happy, a home is happy.
Yeah,
So,
very, very true. Right. So, I want to ask you, for a long time, why did you choose your book topic, Unlocking the Golden Key? That's something that when I first saw that book, right, I was like, unlocking a golden cage, and suddenly I was just drawn to it, Jane. And your work inspires me a lot. So why that? Yeah.
actually, I have to give a credit to my mother. My mother actually wrote a story about her own life where she spoke about this bird, that she's this bird who wants to go off flying to the Amazon jungle and enjoy the flowers and the trees and the fruits. But when she's going there, she's realizing she also likes the comfort of the security of being in the king's palace at night. And she said, all the while I kept thinking that it's an either or situation. I can either be in the Amazon jungle or be in the king's palace. Only when she realized that it's an and situation. During the day, she goes out, and at night, she comes back to her palace to be secure. And that whole thing, when she talked about herself like a bird, I really got connected to that. Then I heard a concept called that there are three kinds of women: women who are in cages, who have no control over designing their own life. Somebody else is controlling their life. Then there is the woman who's in comfort. She's too comfortable to do anything in her life. And then there's a woman who's in charge. She's charged up to go towards her dreams. So I want all women who are stuck in cages or in a comfortable life to move to the charged life. So unlocking the golden cage is a lot about getting the women who are stuck to come out and really go live in their Amazon jungle during the day and come right back to their beautiful homes at night. And then become so happy because they did something for themselves, so they became happy and bring all of that happiness home. And when you spread that happiness at home, right now we're doing the other way around. We want appreciation and acknowledgement and everything from home. And people are not even noticing us in our house. So we are getting into fights. I do so much and you don't appreciate me, you don't do it. That's because you're not fulfilling your self-esteem. Go out, do something with your life, get that respect, acknowledgement, appreciation, come home and give it. Give it to your children, give it to your staff, give it to your husband. We only can give what we have, and most of us women have turned bitter, angry, hurt. So much injustice has happened to us that we are left very at the mercy of all our emotions. I don't want that to be anyone's life. So unlocking the golden cage is basically my mission to help women get out of whichever cage they are stuck in.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Since to a great extent, a lot of women, I think, relate to it greatly because I know a lot of women personally. In fact, I myself, I'm a person who's dependent on for a great extent. Okay, so the lot of power has actually been given. It's not that I'm not doing things. I do a lot of things, but yet I am still at that point where I have become financially free, and yet here I am. I'm doing so many things. I am not able to make that money yet. So I'm still in that mercy, and I still see the same situation happening again. Like what you clearly said, there's just so much of void, so much of resentment, so much of anger. You're doing and you're being recognized by everybody else in the world, but at home, like they don't even know you're doing this. So it's like really overwhelming sometimes, right? So for a person like me, or for a person who doesn't have someone who would actually support them on their journey, what would your advice?
See, there are different stages in a woman's life. Okay, one is discovering her passion. Second is going into practice. This practicing period is a very difficult period because inside your seed is there to help everyone. But yet you haven't reached that space where it's turned profitable.
Okay.
So the gap between learn practice and profit is there, and that is the most frustrating period because you have changed but the world hasn't seen that change yet. But the thing is, in this period of practice, patience is your biggest gift. It's only a matter of time. just don't give up, just don't fall, don't allow others' judgments or others' opinion, because right now the judgment will be at its highest when you're in the practice stage, you know. I used to hear things like, Puja, you don't even remember to switch off the lights in the room. What are you going to teach the world? You know, like we'll just get judged by our own family, and here we are trying to be gurujis and whatever else, and you know, it doesn't. So it takes time, but there will be a tipping point, and I call it the 700th day. When you spend 2 years, yeah, it's the 700th day. 2 years spent on something and you do it day in, day out, you will become a master in your topic. And the day you become a master, suddenly the rewards will start to come in and the world will start to appreciate you. One point here, your home and your family are the last people to recognize your brilliance. The last people. Okay, I shouldn't be saying this, but it's the absolute truth. My husband started appreciating me when his whole family started appreciating me, when I started to help his uncles and aunties. When he was the last person to see my brilliance. Okay, but patience really helps and hard work. I know you are doing both, so just hang in there. It's only a matter of time, and there will soon, within this year, I know there's going to come a time where you won't know how to handle your money. I can tell you, I reached that point, and it was beautiful. You know, the day I knew there's one thing about being financially free for yourself. Okay, you go in the first 2-3 months and buy everything that you desired. But then comes that financial freedom where you start to give others. You give your husband, you give your children, and all those people who did not believe in you. Actually, at that point, you help them. And you know, they will come and say sentences to you that will give you closure. All that hurt will just melt away.
Yeah. I think a lot of, not only me, you know, who a lot of my friends who are listening to it will be able to relate to it, because I think a lot of us are going through that phase. So, you know, as you're speaking to me, I think a lot of us are feeling, and you know, it's just, you know, so real.
My advice in that phase is have someone who believes in you. You need to have a mentor or some relative or someone, because there will be days when you will doubt yourself. And those are the bad days. Because others doubting you can allow, but your doubting should never happen. So when you doubt yourself, have a mentor who just keeps that hand on your back and tells you you can do it. And as you keep walking, every time you doubt yourself, you just look at that mentor. That mentor looks at you differently, gives you the courage and strength, because you don't have the courage and strength right now. You know, and then I promise you that day comes when you and your mentor will celebrate, you know, and that's the beauty, and it always comes. I have had days with my clients where we have just opened a bottle of wine or gone on a holiday. I mean, I was just looking on Facebook, a picture appeared of me and a client of mine in New York where we just celebrated her success. She had touched 50 lakhs a month, and we said, and we had decided, and I told her, you will have to take me on a trip if that happens. So, you know, different people, different things, but it's always so beautiful to see, because the hard work that goes in, I get to see that. And I honor that. And I see your hard work, Kartika, and I have to say, I honor that, and I know it's only a matter of time. This is for you and for all of those ladies who are watching, who are stuck like how I was in that, you know, practice stage.
Yeah, no, that's so great. So thank you so much, Puja. I think there's so many questions here. Let's just pick up a few before I ask you the questions I wanted to ask you. Okay?
I'd love that.
Yeah, yeah. Sona says when the teacher comes when the student is ready. That's absolutely true.
That is true.
Thank you so much for everyone who's learning. So Miriam has been asking, how can we liberate ourselves from the fear of having so much responsibility?
I think it's all about delegating. So, you know, we as women, we have a whole role in the house. And that's our primary role. We cannot ignore it. We cannot behave like it doesn't matter, because it matters, right? So what you do is you start off with taking out 2 hours for work and 8 hours at home. And then you make that 3 hours and 6 hours. And then you make that 4 hours and 4 hours. By taking other people's help, one of the things women don't do is ask. We have to learn to ask for help. Nobody became successful on their own alone. It doesn't work like that. Success is a team sport. So we need to learn to ask. So whether it's about keeping new staff, whether it is about involving the people who live in your house, whether it is about sharing responsibility with your husband or your children, we need to bring in that culture that I need help.
Yeah.
And once that starts to happen, automatically that overwhelm will go away. The problem is we want to do everything ourselves. We feel guilty rather, in asking. We start to feel like we're not doing our role. That's not true. You want to be 50% in gender roles, then you have to start to play that role also. No, if you're going to play the role of the man, he has to start to play the role of the woman a little bit. How are you going to do 100% of your role and 50% of his? You are going to get overwhelmed. So it's very important that both of you, he comes a little bit towards you, you go a little bit towards him. Today in my house, Puneet is involved in the kitchen as much as I am. He orders the food every day. He looks after the accounts. And I'm as involved in the, in contributing financially. We both have a joint account and both of us put money into that so that we can live the dream life. So both is very, very important. If anyone is not supportive, then there are difficult conversations that need to be had.
Mom, we're taking the snacks upstairs.
Definitely. Wow. Okay. Do we have any other questions? If any of y'all have any questions, please just type. Archana says she's waiting to reach, I think, and to celebrate with you. Absolutely, Archana. All of us are going to do that. Salu says, I heard you're too good. I've heard you a couple of times, but today I get to connect with you. Yay, that's nice to hear. Right. If any of y'all have any questions, please just type it. So I want to ask you, okay, so thank you so much for the magic that you're sharing on your 21 days challenge. It's been brilliant. A lot of us are part of it, And for those who are not a part of it, would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Please, I run this challenge called How to Attract Anything Challenge. I would like to invite the whole world to it because, it is life changing as you have experienced it right now. 950 people are going through that challenge, and I know that it's really creating the magic. So I would love to have everyone come experience it for yourself. You see, law of attraction is something people either believe in or actually put it in the dustbin. That it doesn't exist, it's a scam. So I always tell people, don't believe me and don't believe any teacher. Try it for yourself. If it works for you, become a believer. If it doesn't work for you, carry on with your life. No one is stopping you. But it's worth experimenting because the kind of rewards I have received in my life. I remember when the first time I saw Secret, I said, bullshit. If this was true, everybody would be rich, everybody would be driving a Ferrari, everybody would be living in mansions. So I said, I'm going to try it for myself. And I remember going and choosing this 5-carat diamond ring in a jeweler down the road. And actually, eventually, in 3 months, wearing it by doing all the steps it said. And now I'm teaching all of those steps for free. So I would love for people to come and explore the How to Attract Anything challenge. And thank you for being a part of it and being such a good player and sincere player of it.
Thank you so much. So you have been an inspiration of why I started the vision board party. See, I've always been doing the vision board, and one thing which I learned from you, I must give credit to you, is about the big, hairy, audacious goal. All right. I remember the exercise that you put us through, and I remember, the meditation that you took us through, and all of us just zoned into. And for me, the words just came out so vividly. So that was such a powerful thing, and I said, "Oh my God, more people need to, experience this big, hairy, audacious goal." So let's just. I thought today I'll take this opportunity to ask you, Puja, what is your big, hairy, audacious goal?
Well, currently, I don't know because I actually had a big, hairy, audacious goal when I started this year out. I had decided I'm going to go on a 1-year holiday. That was my big, hairy, audacious goal. I wanted to travel for 12 months continuously to 12 countries and take a house in each country and explore some courses there, explore the culture. Both my children are going to be going away to the UK. So I thought, why not discover Europe and be close to them that they can fly to me in the weekends. Once your children go away, you get a lot of more free time to really live your dreams. And I'm actually a gypsy at heart. And I love exploring other countries and other cultures. So that's truly my big, audacious goal. But I have a feeling I'm going to postpone it to 2021. I don't think I'm going to do it this year for sure. Good, it gives me one more year to earn more money so that I can live that dream. So it's always good. And I just eventually want to just spend time with family. For me, family is everything. So I'm getting to spend so much time with the family during the lockdown that I think this in itself is like a holiday. I don't need an external holiday.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is kind of a different kind of holiday that we never imagined that the nature has put us through, right? And I think a lot
Absolutely.
of accelerated learning has been happening,
Yeah.
unlearning happened. So many things have been surfaced to heal, to watch, witness, to just be with some things which are comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time. So I think even this probably this 30 to 40 days has been extremely transformational for me as well. So yeah, I really relate to you when you say that. Extremely.
Absolutely, absolutely. And my life's big, hairy, audacious goal is definitely to make 1 million women financially independent. That's my
Oh my
life's big, hairy, audacious goal.
So I'll be like your biggest testimonial. When I made it, I'm going to say, you know what? I was one of those 1 million person people who made it, and here we are all together. This 1 million of us are going to go out and do as many things as possible and be of a service for the whole world.
The beauty is that it's going to happen. This whole coronavirus is going to change the entire business scene. It's going to take away the patriarchy qualities that we have in business of hoarding, of power, of being selfish, of not sharing our ideas, and it's going to start to build communities of love and communities where money is going to be shared. And you can already see the amount people have started to do for others, and the way forward. That's the only way forward. And I know women at a heart level want to share. Once whatever their dreams and desires are, which are quite small honestly, once they're fulfilled, then all the overflow is for others. So I want every woman to be fully complete in whatever it is that she wants, and then just let the world enjoy their overflow. And I know that's going to happen. I remember I'd gone to Jack Canfield's course, and this yoga teacher there came and gave me a 10 lakh rupee check and said, "Can you go back and build toilets for girls in your city?" And I'm looking at the check, and I'm looking at her, I'm looking at the check, I'm looking at her, and I'm going, and I'm feeling guilty taking that money because I know I have more money than that in my bank account, but I'm not building no toilets. So I said, I can't take this because it's not making me feel good. It's actually making me feel like I'm a bad person. And she gave me this very beautiful reply where she said, don't worry at all. The day you are feeling complete, after that, all your excess money, you're only going to give it away, Puja. And truly, the day that happened, maybe for 3 months, I picked up whatever I wanted in my life. After that, I only believe that, the only way a woman can be happy is by taking my father for his 70th birthday, by, contributing to a few of my cousins who wanted to get educated, by helping my staff. The world is going to move there, and we are all going to move there because women can't earn for themselves. Women can only earn for when they have a mission for others.
And that lights my heart just hearing it, and I'm sure all of us are just super, super, super excited hearing that, right? So that's something to really, really, really look forward to. Okay, one of the things that I've learned from you, in fact, I want to show you, I don't know if I will be able to. So these are the few things that you have actually, done for me, right? And I would like you to share, all right? Thank you so much, right? About a person who wants to start going on this journey. Okay, you've given us so many tools. Okay, for those who want to start, I want to speak a little bit about gratitude because that is something that you have imbibed in me. I think I've followed it quite religiously, and I've seen it become a transformational thing. And I still do my gratitude thanks to you. So let's talk about gratitude. How important is gratitude in one's life?
For me, it's been my biggest learning point. I always say, whatever you pay me, if the only thing you take away is gratitude, your life is sorted. So I'm a biggest believer of gratitude because sometimes all we need to do is change the perspective or the lens with which we are seeing our life. Because if we are wearing blue glasses, everything will feel blue, everything will feel dull. We need to move our perspective, and that only happens when we start to notice what is good in our life on a daily basis. Our mind is trained for negativity, it has to pick up. because it has to protect us. It has to keep on picking up signals of negativity. It puts us in panic very quickly. But if you do gratitude every single day, 5 things that have happened good, you're training your mind to start to focus on the positive. Whatever we focus on grows in our life. So gratitude to me I started doing gratitude in 2006. It's been over 14 years, and I can tell you, I must have barely missed one day a month or something like that. And it has kept me going. Whenever I have a fight with my husband, I write down 50 gratitudes towards him. And within 1 hour, I feel so much better. And I'm wondering why I even fought with him. So now I know how to fix all of my energy, all of my emotions using this one tool, because it's really, and how many groups I have on WhatsApp who do gratitude and report to me. And I know that this one thing is going to, because a lot of us women have everything.
Yeah.
But we are still somewhere craving for that one missing thing. And that one missing thing is not coming till the time we don't become grateful for what all the things we already have.
Yeah. That's really, really, really true in so many ways. Right. So does any of y'all have any questions, All right, let's just check if any of y'all, okay. So I usually do this exercise with everyone who comes on my show. I call this the billboard exercise, right? So I don't know if you have done this before, right? So let's just imagine there's this huge, big billboard, okay, which is on Gemini flyover. And you are on that billboard. Okay, so now you have to tell me what you're doing on the billboard, what does it read, what are you wearing, who's with you, what color, what is the message. So take a minute, think about it, and then you tell us what is it that you see on that billboard.
I think clearly that billboard will carry my mission. I think it will be a picture with my tribe of million women, all of us truly giving and serving. Maybe it will be some kind of a recognition from the government for the kind of work women have done to the economy of India, or the kind of employments we are giving, or the kind of service, the kind of NGOs that have got opened because of us. I think it's going to be, I don't think I want to be alone on my billboard. That's one thing I don't want. I think I want it to be like so many of us that people may have to find me in that whole gang. We should just be like each other's supporters, because women really need to start to support other women. We need to change that energy of getting jealous, which happens very quickly for some of us. And we have to start to know that if we want to go up, we have to take some people with us. You cannot climb a ladder without carrying a few. So carry a few of your sisters and start going up. Build your own small communities like how you have built. I know so many of my clients are a part of your community now. And you're doing that. You're raising everyone's energy, and therefore, whenever you raise someone else's self-esteem, there's no way yours won't get raised. People think I'm doing this work in service for them. The truth is, every single day, God knows exactly what I need to hear. So He will send me a client exactly with the same problem that I'll be going through. And as I speak to them, I'm actually speaking to myself and fixing my own life. And on a daily basis, when you fix your life, you are going to become something.
Yeah. Wow. Yes, that's something to look forward to. So thank you so much for recognizing that, and even telling me that. So that's really, really important. Right. So I know that I've learned a little bit about the vision board from you, right? So have you? I know you've done many, many vision boards. So speak a little bit about the vision board, Puja. How important a vision board is as a tool to actually design the life that you love.
Because we don't think in words and we think in pictures, that we can't imagine, we can't attract. So the more we are able to create these images in our head, the better the chances of us getting that. Thoughts turn into things. So we have to have those images in our head. When we create a vision board, we are giving it a material, physical value. So every day when you look at that same picture again and again, at some point, even when you're not looking at that picture, it's already all registered in your subconscious. The job of your subconscious is to bring that into your presence. So many times it happens, we decide a car we want to buy, and then on the road we keep seeing that car. Up until that point, we didn't even know that car existed. So, anything you want to buy, suddenly you start to notice everyone's wearing that same watch that you want to pick up. That happens because there's so much information out there, our mind does not know what to focus on. So, we have to give our mind direction on what it is that you want. It's like going to a travel